That was a quite fun little intro. Of course, you have to play the most famous song for the French national team that's ever been created. But welcome, we're going to go straight into this video because I'm actually annoyed because I'm recording this now for the second time. Welcome to being new at YouTube, and I have to record it again because the sound was off. Anyway, welcome to Can France Win It? And I'm going to straight away say the answer is yes. And I said this in my World Cup predictions video. I do think France are going to win the World Cup, and this video is going to tell you why. So without further ado, we're going to go straight into this one. No long intro, just straight into the fun. So this is, in my opinion, France's best starting 11, or certainly the starting 11 that I would use if I was the French national team head coach for the World Cup. So they're in Group I, as we know. Senegal, Iraq, Norway. I think they're going to top the group. Why do I think this starting 11? Well, France have options. And maybe N'Golo Kante is someone that people stick out. However, I've gone with quite an attacking lineup because this could very easily, it's a 4-2-3-1 on the graphic. But this could very easily be a 4-2-4 system because Cherki, Olise, Mbappé, and Dembélé are not known as defensively minded players. They're not going to be working hard to recover. So essentially, you're going to have your back four and your two that are going to sit there. And who better for that than N'Golo Kante? And the fact that he's been called up, I think, tells us everything. That maybe he's getting on a little bit in his age. Maybe he's out playing somewhere where we don't really watch him as much anymore. But I still think he's a top player if he's fit, if he's not injured, to be in that position for France. Now, for France's starting 11, they've got a million options. You know, they could easily play the likes of Barcola, the likes of Doué, Thuram, Mateta. Probably not, but there are options. They've got Rabiot. Defensively, you could play Digne. You've got backup at Digne for Hernandez. You've got Gusto backup for Koundé. You've got Upamecano who could play instead of Kanate. They've got so many options. So if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players get injured, well, they still have options. And I've said it before, I think they're going to win this World Cup. And I'm going to cover a little bit more the reasons as we go. But I do think they are the team to beat. And I think they are going to be the best team in terms of depth at this World Cup. I think they're going to smash Iraq in their game. I think against Norway, they are going to win. It's going to be a harder game, but again, I don't think Norway have enough. Yes, they have Martin Odegaard. Yes, they have Erling Haaland. But do they have enough apart from those two players for France? No. Especially not defensively. They will not deal with Mbappé, Dembélé, Cherki, Olise, Barcola, Doué, Thuram. It's not going to happen, let's be honest. Senegal, I think, will be a tougher game. Let's not forget, Senegal beat England in a friendly game, right? 3-1 was it? So that can be a harder game, but again, I still think France win that, and I do think they top their group. Let me know your thoughts if you disagree, agree, but I do think France are the team to beat. And in this, I created this graphic, but I didn't create the sort of their road to the final. This was Opto analysis that I had a look at and what the sort of predictions are for if France top their group, what's most likely going to happen. Most likely it's going to be Sweden in the round of 32. And to be fair, when I filmed the World Cup Predictions 2026 video, if you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out already. I did say this would be the case because I said Netherlands are going to top that group, Japan are going to come second, Sweden in third, and Tunisia in fourth. So I do think this is going to happen. In my prediction, I did also say the round of 16 would feature France against Germany. And I said France against Netherlands. So it's following my prediction quite nicely, which is good. But yeah, I think France are going to beat Sweden. I don't think Sweden are that good. And I don't say that as a biased Polish fan who obviously we lost to Sweden in the playoffs. I think if anyone watched that game, you know that Poland dominated that game, and we don't dominate many games of football in Poland. So look, I don't think Sweden are that good. Full respect to Graham Potter, but I don't think he's a good enough coach or manager at this level. So I think France win that game with relative ease. I think in the game against Germany, I think exactly the same. I think Germany, for them now under Julian Nagelsmann, this is the real rebuild, and it has to be now because we've been saying the word rebuild for Germany for probably the last two tournaments. It has to be now. It has to be now. But I don't think they're good enough to take on France and to beat France. I don't think it's possible. Quarterfinal against Netherlands, which is what I said in my predictions. I said Netherlands would get Morocco in the round of 16 and they'd win that. Again, I watched Netherlands quite extensively because they were obviously in Poland's qualifying group. Poland drew to them twice. The sort of lower ranked teams were able to stay quite compact, park the bus well against them. They weren't really penetrative to break them down. They conceded a couple silly goals here and there. I don't think they're all that. Again, I think France win. The semi-final, this could be Spain, it could be Argentina. I think it could also be Portugal. I might be wrong with that one because Portugal might be on the other side. I'm not sure. But I said this in my preview, in my predictions, Spain against France, and I said France will win. And I'm a big fan of Spanish football. I was very fortunate in 2024. I went to Spain to Atletico de Madrid, and I watched their academy, their women's team, their men's first team, Simeone, training for 5 days, and I stayed and slept at the Atletico Madrid residence. So you could say Madrid's my team in Spain, not Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, obviously. And the way they play football, their philosophy, their tactical identity, their everything is, in my opinion, the highest level. And I think that it's the best team on paper in terms of in possession and tactical structure at this whole World Cup. And they always will be for a very, very long time, because other nations are nowhere near them. Nowhere near them. However, France did beat them in the last one. Was it on penalties? I don't remember. But I just think France have a better attack. And that's the only reason why I think France will go far. That's the first reason. The second reason is France have a bigger desire. They lost in quite dramatic fashion to Argentina on penalties after Mbappé single-handedly got them back into the tie. And I just think they have a little bit more hunger and a little bit more, in them to go after this. And if they get Argentina, I'm even more confident France will win because they will have that motivation to beat them that Argentina won't have. And motivation in a semi-final of a World Cup, the psychological aspect of the game is massive. It's huge. And the French players will have it. And then, like I said in my predictions, I don't think it's going to be Brazil. Opta Analysis did this. I don't think Brazil have any chance of reaching the final. Maybe. And I am going to do a video covering Brazil later, but I think it's going to be England. I do think Thomas Tuchel is going to get there, but I don't think it's going to be a second star on the shirt. I don't think so. Not for England. France, I think, are better. Again, offensively, they have more hunger, they have more desire, although you could argue England have as well. But England have been close. They've reached semi-finals. They've reached finals. They haven't gone all the way. Not since 1966, whereas France have. They won the World Cup in 2018. So they know, and they've been there before under the same manager as well. So I just think France will win that game. I think England, I love Thomas Tuchel as a Chelsea fan, and I think he's one of the best managers, if not the best at this World Cup. But I think he's made some mistakes in his selection. I'm talking here about Cole Palmer, Levi Colwill, and Harry Maguire. Why? Because Levi Colwill for his ability to play through the lines in the French press, Harry Maguire for his defensive experience to deal with that dangerous front line of France, and Cole Palmer for moments. When the game is balanced, when you're losing, when you need something, Cole Palmer gives you a moment. Why not have him in that squad? Do you really think Ollie Watkins, Tony, Rodgers, Henderson are going to come on and give you a moment? Are Saka, Gordon, Rashford good enough to give you a moment at the highest level? In my opinion, no. And I think Harry Kane's too slow for games like this. And I don't think his record is amazing in knockout competitions either, in terms of scoring goals and winning trophies also. Although some will argue that's because he spent most of his career at Tottenham, but that's for another conversation, for Tottenham fans. But no, I think France win the World Cup. I've said that all along, and I'm sticking to that prediction. It'll be a tight one, and I see it going maybe extra time penalties, but I do think France win the World Cup. So that's my prediction. That's my French video summarized, and that's pretty much the end of the video. So a shorter one this time. I thought, why not? Let's just go straight into it. I don't need to bore you guys with long intros and stuff like this. Not needed. However, there's going to be a longer outro, so if you're done with it and you've already seen the prediction and you want to, fair enough. If not, there's some exciting stuff coming up. So I have prepared, including this video, there will be a further 17, so 19 videos total over the summer period. Bang. So I'm going to be consistent on this channel. We're going to have videos once a week. Some videos, in fact, most are going to appear twice a week, and there's 2 weeks on my calendar that appear 3 videos in 1 week because there's a double upload. Okay, I'm going to be covering 9 teams for this World Cup that I think have the highest chance to win the World Cup. So France is now, as you're seeing this, about a day or two before their opening group game. England is next, so my Can England Win It video is next, okay? And that is going to air on YouTube the day before England's first group stage game against Croatia, so that's scheduled. Then we're going to do Argentina, we're going to do Brazil, Spain, Portugal, some other teams here and there. And then I've got lots of other exciting stuff planned for the content, some Chelsea videos, some videos in Poland, some Premier League predictions and stuff. So there's a lot that's going on. I'm being really consistent and I'm pushing myself on this. And it's quite a lot of hard work. People think you just sit in front of a screen and record. It's not as simple because, for example, I already recorded a video and then I went to review it and the sound's off. So apparently I clicked the off button on the sound and I didn't even realize, and now I'm recording it again and trying to not miss things that I said previously. And just the fact that you're recording then downloading, then uploading, then promoting the video, and then creating the slides and getting the knowledge of each team to then present a video to you. Obviously, it helps being a football coach and working in football. It's easier, but still, it probably takes 2-3 hours just to get one video out and do all of the other stuff. And now imagine doing that times 19 videos and then all the other promotion and stuff that you do away from it. So I hope you guys appreciate it. Like I say, I'm here. I'm going to be consistent. The engagement is there. I think the first video is over 100 views. There's even 1,000 views on one of the short videos that I uploaded. You guys are loving the shorts. Makes sense. People like things quick and snappy. So I'm going to be uploading more shorts as well, not a problem. Small little reviews of each 104 World Cup games. That's going to be in the shorts. And then the longer videos are going to be obviously for this. So yeah, just if you don't mind, subscribe, like, share, or even just view the video. It costs you nothing. Builds my algorithm, builds the channel, builds the audience. And I do want to do a fun World Cup themed giveaway if we reach 100 subscribers by the time the World Cup is over. So that's hopefully something nice to give back a little bit as well. And like I say, I'm full in for this YouTube, so expect a lot from me. If anyone's wondering what I'm wearing, by the way, this is the Medalla City kit that I was quite lucky to represent at the Kings World Cup 2024 Mexico. So those that are still here and haven't buggered off the video, you're getting a little bit of an insight into me, the coach, where I got to meet Eden Hazard, Francesco Totti, PK, Ibrahimovic, Neymar, Viviano. Who else was there? So many players. I'm not trying to big myself up. I'm just saying that was my biggest coaching opportunity in my career. So if anyone's wondering how come he's wearing an Adidas kit that I've never seen before, it's limited edition. No one has it apart from us that represented them, unfortunately. So, but yeah, that's what I'm wearing. There's a little bit about me. I will film a full-on video about me as a coach and me as a person as well, for you guys. But yeah, that's it. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.